Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series here on the PS5. Tonight, it's round 15 of our fourth season. We are heading to Monza, our secondary adopted home, to see if we can get a win, our second win of the season. That would be nice. So we have 4 days to go until the Italian Grand Prix. As you can see, we are still in second place in the standings, but now just 3 points ahead of McLaren. They did close the gap to us a little bit last time out. We didn't have as good a pace as I kind of hoped for at times, but we still managed a strong finish, 4th and 5th. I think this circuit will suit us a little bit better. There's less of an emphasis on the downforce for the corners because there aren't that many. There's a big emphasis on speed, and we have a lot of that, and a big emphasis on DRS on that long main straight, and also the run down to Ascari, and we have a very good DRS. So, while we will struggle in a couple of the corners, hopefully our absolute top speed will be very beneficial to us here, and I am hopeful, really hopeful, that we might be in with a shout of another win. At the very least, I would like to get one of our drivers on the podium tonight, but we'll have to see how we do. Oh no, it's another wet race. Oh, there goes our DRS. Well, maybe. We don't know how much rain we're going to get. Could be just a little bit. It could be quite a bit. It's only light rain, so odds are there'll be some dry running in the race, but it's not a guarantee. We'll see how we can do. With slipstream qualifying, we've got a real chance of maybe locking out the front row as well, again, with our speed. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that. How you doing, Baron? How you doing, Kneecaps? Mr. Water, good to see you guys. Victor's here as well. Good to see you too, Victor. Right. Let's double check. Well, we've just got to advance time 4 days. Construction delayed on our suspension simulator upgrades. That's fine. We'll just acknowledge the delay on that. There's no rush. And here we are then, prepped and ready for Monza. So let's see. Have any other teams brought more upgrades? Have we dropped back a little bit? We still have the best speed, decent acceleration, the best DRS. However, we have dropped back a little bit further with our cornering downforce. It looks like maybe just a touch. Our dirty air tolerance is still strong. Very pleased with that. Brake cooling is still pretty good. So we're not being outpaced too much there. Again, not overly concerned about the engine cooling. It would be nice to be better, but we'll take what we can get. So we still have a chance. Our cornering is pretty average, and the high speed in particular, that is all the way from Ascari through Parabolica. That's all high speed. Curva Grande is pretty much not really a corner, so we're not going to have too much of an issue there. 11th will hurt us in the chicanes a little bit. And I think is it medium speed for the Lesmos? Let's have a look. Oh no, they're high speed as well. So yeah, once we get out that second chicane, that's where we're going to be a little weak. We will perhaps struggle a little bit through the Lesmos, but Ascari, apart from that first little entry in the Ascari chicane, is all flat out. So again, no real worry about that. Parabolica, as long as we are close enough, we can afford to drop back just a little bit through the corner because we should still be able to get an overtake done into the chicane with our speed and DRS. So, yeah, not overly concerned about the poor downforce in relation to the rest of the grid. Obviously, it's going to hurt us against teams like Red Bull and McLaren because theirs is going to be way above the average. But I still think we've got a good outside chance of getting a win tonight, and I do think we have definitely got a fighting chance of a podium. So let's set our targets accordingly. One car in Q2 is the incentive. That's easy. We're going to get both cars in the top 10. And there we go. 2 in Q3 as well. Fastest lap, hopefully we can get that. Finish position, definitely 2 in the top 10 is viable. As long as our drivers don't do anything stupid, that shouldn't be an issue. 1 in the top 12 finish position, should be able to achieve that. That'll be worth 310 grand. Qualifying streak, 2 in the top 10 for 5 races. We are over halfway through that now. So this, again, should be a lock-in. What will be interesting is whether we can keep that going at Marina Bay. Hopefully we can. That one's going to hurt us a bit more because there's a lot of corners there and not a lot of long straights. So we could have a really rough race. We will still complete that streak, which would be nice because it's worth over 2.9 mil. Right, let's head to Monza.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the Italian Grand Prix. Welcome to life in the fast lane. We're here at Monza in Italy, the home of Ferrari. But who will take home the points this weekend? At Monza, the aim is clear. Pure acceleration is what the track demands, and every F1 driver is only too happy to submit. Cars that struggle for downforce elsewhere can really come into their own around this gem of a circuit. There's new blood competing for Aston Martin this weekend. Will they manage to be a game changer? So, without further ado, let's get started.
Aston are running their reserve driver today. I can't remember who that is. We'll find out in practice 1. We're going to run Ollie tonight as well. So let's do that straight away. We want soft tyres. Oh no, because it's ATA. We want to keep soft tyres just in case. Give us more options and flexibility in qualifying. So we'll run medium tyres for Ollie. Let's see, Monza is 19 laps. Let's put the settings down. Let's swap out the parts. Don't need to be quite so conservative with this car. Still in pretty good shape. We'll go with that ERS. And we'll go with that gearbox. There we go. Right, we need a setup for car 1. Let's go with a 2, a 9, a 1-9, a 3, and a 1. And everything is just in tolerance on the rear wing. That's good. Right, Oscar. Let's start with his parts. He's going to be running the hard tyres. We'll go with that engine. We'll go with that ERS. And we'll go with that gearbox. Do still have that backup gearbox if we need it. We're going to be putting that in the car at Singapore. We're going to have a rough race there with Oscar, I think, in general. Well, with both our cars, but we're going to put both of the new parts into Oscar's car at Singapore. This is not one where I want to have to try and fight through. I want to have a real chance of having both drivers high up the grid. See if we can get that win. Right. Setup for Oscar's car. Let's go a little bit different. Let's go with a 0.5 on the front wing, a 9 on the rear, a 2.8, a 2.9, and a 0.5. That is right on the edge of tolerance on the front wing. Make it a little safer. There we go. That looks to be about spot on. At least as far as the tolerance for the rear wing is. So we'll do that. 19 laps. And we are good to go. How you doing, Anthony? Once again, look, Ollie is wearing the alternate helmet. The red helmet. And yet when he comes out of the garage, it's white. Why? Why?
Okay, and radio check.
Yeah, radio is good.
Yep, all good.
It's in there. It's in the files. Why is it just not an
Radio
easy
check.
fix? Why has it not been
Yeah,
fixed?
radio check.
Ah,
Yeah, copy same.
banging my head against the wall on that one.
Watch those curbs.
Copy.
Right. I want to do a little test of my headset's active noise reduction. It's supposed to cut out a lot of background noise that's irrelevant and focus only on voice noises. So, while we're talking through practice one, I'm going to be eating some dolly mixture. And I want to know if you guys can actually hear me chomping away. If you can, let me know. I'll immediately mute the mic. So when I have a little snack, so you don't hear it. But I do really want to know if you can actually hear me chomping. Because according to Sony, shouldn't be able to. The fact that I get to eat my dolly mixtures is completely irrelevant to this. It's a test for science. And I'll hear no other thing about it, Anthony. I'll do another test. Can you hear me tapping on my controller? Did you hear any of that? Just tapping my fingers against the controller. Nope. Now I'll snap my fingers. Can you hear this? Anything? Fantastic. I love this headset. Christoph says yes a little bit. Okay, well, I was snapping my fingers quite close to the microphone. I'll try again a little bit further away. Yeah, my arm's stretched out that way. Oh, Anthony has pace. Don't ruin it. Don't crash. Where is this? Is this at Imola?
What's your feeling?
Oh, that's close. 97%. So theoretically now, that means you shouldn't hear me clicking my lighter, which means I don't have to keep muting myself to light a cigarette and then forgetting to unmute myself. Which is good.
Yeah, copy that.
Theoretically. %92% for Ollie. It's not too bad. We'll call him in. Make those changes. Oh, I misread what you said. I thought it said outside chance of a podium. It's like outside chance of a podium. Yeah, Norris is 13th. It's like, what kind of podium are you going for? All right, so we need to change the front wing angle. So let's drop that down a bit. Go for a 1.9. 3.1 and a 0.95. How does that look? not convinced. Put that back there, go there, go to a 1.5. Don't think that's doing anything to the traction, which means that's probably going to be a 2.8. So let's see if we can adjust for that. Let's go with the same. No, this isn't the same setup I put on Oscar. But it might be the same setup I end up putting on Oscar. A 1, a 9, a 2.8, 2.95. Still looks a bit too much. And then it would be a 0.75. Yeah, that's not going to do it. All right, let me just wing it like this then. That also is not going to do it. All right, I'm going to try that. Not convinced, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we are very close. Just need to find 3%. So let's push that up to a 3. Push that up to a 0.8. Let's try that. Might have gone the wrong way. Might have been a 2.9. We shall see. Just a couple of days to go till the start of the new season. Practice 1 starts on Thursday. Well, he's done enough running to get his maximum driver development. Now it's a question of whether he's got the setup right. We'll find out in a second. Close, close.
Go like this.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the race weekend's been brought forward for Bahrain by a day. I don't know if there's another event on the Sunday that's going to clash or something.
Tyres are looking good.
That was the tyre temp optimal, not the setup. All right, let's call Ollie in. 1 stop or 2 stop? What, for me or you? try that. For you, let's see, it's Imola. Norris could probably make a one-stop work because he's got good tyre wear. Oscar probably not. A soft, medium, soft would be a decent strategy for Oscar. Plus, if he's near the back of the grid, he's going to be fighting against, other cars. He'll have better chance of overtaking with better grip, which will get his confidence up. Norris has probably got the tyre wear to make the one-stop work effectively. Medium to hard would be the way I'd go. And I'd go soft, medium, soft, or soft, soft, medium with Oscar. %, so still not quite right with Oscar. Looks like we did maybe go the wrong way on those changes. That's an easy fix. Lando topping the session timings again. He's looking very quick right now. I should probably have taken a look at how McLaren look on the grid, but I just don't want to depress myself by seeing how much more downforce they've got than I do. Right, Schumacher's in the car. It's going to be dry on the Saturday, so we'll go with mediums just in case we need to make changes. Then we can just long run on the Saturday to finalise those changes. We're going to put him in for a long running anyway. Let's go with 40 laps of fuel, and we'll call him in halfway through if we need to. Car will make it through. Oscar 95%, so yeah. Oh no, that's a 0.5. Okay. Let's dial that to a 3.05. Yeah, let's try that. And we want to go with, I think, 30 laps of fuel here. Again, car will make it through. And let's send them out. Ramadan, yeah, there we go. That's why they pulled it forward. Well, they would never delay a Grand Prix onto a different day. It would always be a Sunday at the latest. It would never go onto a Monday. So bringing something forward would be the
watch those curbs.
The natural conclusion to that.
A bit less curb. Copy.
Soft medium is 2 seconds quicker, but that does not account for getting stuck behind other cars in traffic. It does not account for a delayed pit stop. And if you get a safety car or a VSC, something like that, then that helps people who are one-stopping. So, I would still stick with a one-stop with Norris. He's got tyre wear to make the one-stop work. His smoothness rating is godly in this game. 93. I've gone backwards again. Ooh. All right, I'm going to call Oscar in, make those changes.
How's the balance?
Traction was
Okay, so it's the toe that
Understood.
is very much wrong. That needs to be about there. So I need to tweak this. Let's push that to a 3.1. That should hopefully now correct the traction issue. Fingers crossed. That will be it. Yeah, if Oscar's starting last, don't be afraid to be aggressive with that first stint so he can get an undercut. And go soft, medium with Oscar. Plus, if you get a safety car halfway through his soft stint, you've got the option to then, instead of going softs, going mediums. Instead of going mediums on the final stint, going to hards and having a bit more durability. .97, so we've improved mixed setup, but it's not quite right. Let's call him in. Let's get this right so that we can just spend the entire session on hard tyres just running to get his track knowledge up. That is close. It's very close. I need to correct the cornering, but to do that, I then need to correct that more than I'd like. Let's try that. I think that might be wrong, but let's go there. Hedge my bets a little bit. Right, we'll strip a load of fuel out. We'll put him on, let's see, by the time he gets out, 18 laps of fuel should be enough. Get Oscar back out. Time to recommence Operation Dolly Mix for science.
How's the car?
Oh, come on. What is going on? Cannot get this setup right tonight.
Oh, it's got a bit late.
This one is really scratching my melon. Last shake of the dice in this session. We'll throw him out for the first 5 minutes. Because I get the feeling we're going to have to send him out again, twice in the next session to nail this setup. Have we done enough with Mick? Yes, there we go.
Do you need help in terms of balance?
Evening, Daniel.
Switches?
Yeah, power's great. Really good.
Completely forgot to send Oscar back out. Never mind.
This is the checkered flag.
Alright, so Mick can run the entire session here. And that should get him up to 100%. God knows what's going to go on with Oscar, but fingers crossed we'll get it.
Green light, green light.
Am I looking forward to the first race of the season? I am. Who's going to get top 3? Well, you've got to say Max is favourite to win. I think Leclerc's got a good chance of getting on the podium. Who knows what's going on with Perez as to whether he's actually going to have pace or not. Got to say Sainz might be a contender. Maybe Hamilton at a push, or George. Don't think Mercedes have quite got the pace. I think it's going to be between the Ferraris and Red Bulls to contend the podium, but I think Max is likely going to win the race. Right, 97% with Oscar. We're getting close again. Read up in the chat. Should be just a few comments above you. Right, so it's just the cornering that needs to be adjusted. So let's try going to a 2.9. that back to a 5.5. Do I see Lewis winning races for his final time at Mercedes? I hope so. It'd be nice just to see Lewis get a win this year, but who knows? Who knows what Mercedes pace is going to be like on day one versus halfway through the season versus towards the end of the season. They're starting further back in some respects because they're starting a new concept, but their trajectory will be much steeper because they'll be able to find a lot more performance with each upgrade if they've got the concept, they've got on top of the concept, as opposed to a team like Red Bull, who will be in the law of diminishing returns, as will Ferrari, and potentially, McLaren and Aston Martin as well. So, yeah, they've got a real chance to make some very strong progress. They might not be competitive, super competitive at the start of the season, but I think by mid-season they've got a really good chance of jumping up a bit. We'll just have to wait and see.
What do you think?
99%. Okay, that we can fix. God for that. How you doing, Cloud?
That's good for that.
All right. There we go. That's it. Finally nailed that setup. Taking a while, that one. You want a fight between Max and Lewis this year? I just want to see someone fighting Max this year. Don't really care who. We saw he didn't really have to fight that much last season. His car was so dominant and he was in such imperious form. But at Vegas, when Ferrari were quick, you saw that when he had to really fight, he still had that tendency to drive very, very aggressively, over-aggressively, and get himself into trouble, when he was under pressure. That move he pulled on Leclerc at the start, basically pushing him off the track. If he's in a fight, a proper fight this year, we're going to see more of that, I think. Just like we saw when he fought Lewis in 2021. We saw over-the-top aggressive driving that was very questionable. I'm looking at Brazil in particular.
Pit limits are on. We will stop you in front.
That's always been his biggest weakness, is his over-aggressiveness. Bordering on dangerous. Right. It says Oscar's confidence is only at 50%, but it will be 100 once he's done his first run.
Our weekend continues with qualifying as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
This weekend, we're running on alternative tyre allocation rules, meaning teams will be constrained by the tyre compounds they can use for each period of qualifying.
If we could just talk about Mick Schumacher for a second. Given his recent form, how's he going to be going into this session?
The main thing on my mind was their speed in practice. They just weren't that fast. But was that down to the driver, the car, the team experimenting? We don't know, and we'll just have to see how they fare in qualifying.
Let the competition commence.
Okay. Let's put in the good bits. Brand new engine. That ERS will be fine. And that gearbox will be fine. Best engine that we've got. That ERS. And that gearbox will be fine. All right, let's send them out for some formation flying.
Should be green now.
When we say 2020 Abu Dhabi changed Max, in what way? I don't remember anything significant happening to Max in 2020 at Abu Dhabi.
Copy.
Good warm up on brakes. Copy.
Right, putting away the dolly mixture before I
Traffic to be concerned about.
make myself sick by just eating the whole lot.
So we can get ready to push next lap. You got a good gap ahead. Push when you're ready.
Where is the rest of the field? No one else has come out yet. Mick's slightly quicker in the middle sector. There we go. Not much of a difference. Maybe Oscar wasn't quite close enough to get the optimal slipstream there.
Run through its delta, stay negative. And we need to cool the PU on this in-lap.
Yep.
When do I think we'll start hearing about F1 Manager 24? Hopefully soon. There'll be more Frontier live stream specials like they did at the end of January to promote the pending release at the time of Chaos Gate Demon Hunters and Planet Zoo. It's just a question of when the next one's going to be. I'm not sure when it's going to be, actually. Let me do a quick Google and have a look. Yeah, I'm not sure when the next one's going to be. I mean, but yeah, just keep an eye out for Frontier Unlocked announcements, because that's the series, you know, the live stream series that they're doing. Am I going to get it? Yes, I am. Had a lot of fun with these games. Right, let's run them again. Let me just double check. I did make the right change, didn't I? Yes, I did. Excellent. There we go. So, let's let a few cars through. It's a little crowded at the moment. We're going to get pulled over all over the place. Evening, Agnes. Right, Perez tucked up behind Joe. Should make that Ferrari very quick. What team's going to be my first team on F1 24? I don't know. Don't know at this stage. It won't be a top team. I.e. Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari. Maybe McLaren. Depends where they are. Maybe Aston. Maybe Alpine. Might be Alpine. I haven't done an Alpine series before. Schumacher's too close. Gonna need to sprint Oscar a little bit.
No lift and coast required.
Copy.
Let's push, come on.
Copy.
Pick up the pace.
Yep.
And you are free to use the energy when you want.
Copy.
We are topping the timing up. Little lift for Mick there, but he was up in the first sector. Despite not topping, we're topping the timing sheets. We're still waiting for the Red Bulls to set their times. But we are quicker than Norris, quicker than Sonoda. That's good. Just wait and see what Red Bull can pull out. Evening, Sky. No improvement for Oscar. Didn't expect him to get one, but mixed laps ruined. He was on for a mighty time there. Should still be quick enough to get through anyway, so never mind. Bit of a shame. Not the end of the world.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Let's look after these tyres.
Copy.
So, Max coming up to the line. It's only fourth. Ooh. Our lack of downforce not looking to be too much of an issue at the moment. Although it's still very early. See what Charles Leclerc does. And I'm pretty comfortable with our pace right now.
Pit lane.
Leclerc might get a nice little boost through Parabolica here. And Leclerc is still slower than us as well. Very good. Okay, we're going to speed time up a little bit for the final run. We're not going out again. But this is all about who's going to get knocked out. Right now, we've got a Mercedes and a Ferrari in the drop. Can Valtteri do enough to get through? We've seen a bit more pace in the Mercedes these last couple of Grand Prix, but neither of them are looking particularly comfortable right now. Sainz in 13th, Bottas now down in 19th place. This could be a difficult circuit for them. Bottas will have some traffic to contend with as well, by the look of it. There's Albon tucked up behind Sainz. No, it's Magnussen. Okay. Didn't hear a lift for Valtteri, so I don't think he got held up. Is this good enough? It's good enough for sixth. So, he has found some pace. Right. Perez. Tucked in behind a Red Bull, so he should get a nice little slipstream here. Sainz now starting his lap. He is now on the bubble in 15th place. Porsche can't knock him out. But if Perez improves, which he's going to, where will he end up? Norris has split our two cars. Perez is getting a really mighty slipstream from Max here. Leclerc's quickest. Max is 8th. Perez improves up to 11th. That puts Sainz in the drop. Can Sainz improve? It's Williams who are looking vulnerable now. Albon's very much out, a long way off. Can Maloney find enough? If Maloney and Sainz improves, then both Williams, who have been very quick at times, are going to go out. Sainz is out, didn't find enough.
You finished in P4, well done.
Maloney's out, that's an in-lap.
Keep it up.
So, both Williams just survive, but we've got genuine pace. Genuine front row pace here. I'm excited now. I'm very excited. Okay. Medium tires.
Should be great.
Let's hope we don't get traffic.
Okay, let's concentrate.
It's always a risk going out early like this,
So good outline.
but it also gives us the chance to hit the top of the leaderboards before anyone else, which gets us into peak confidence. And we're definitely close enough for the slipstream with Oscar this time. Here comes Yuki. He's going to potentially get in the way. And Zhou is following him out. So, yeah, that might be problematic. We will catch them. The Ferrari will be fine. We're not going to get anywhere near Russell.
Clear track ahead.
Don't want anyone else to come out the pits now until we get past the start-finish straight.
So gap ahead is good. We've got to get going.
And you can see Oscar's car closing in on Mick through Curva Grande. Do I think the win is on? I think we've got a real chance here. Who knows what's going to happen in the race itself? Weather is going to play a factor. It is going to rain a bit during the Grand Prix. Hopefully not too much. Our DRS... Oh, shit! Our DRS is definitely a potent weapon. And lose that is going to hurt us. Well, we're not getting top on this run. Well, we will, but we won't stay top on this run. But we should still get peak confidence. Not quite for Oscar because he got held up. Otherwise he would have been quicker.
This lap.
Mixed in peak confidence.
Delta, keep it negative. Make sure we're cooling the car.
Copy.
We'll run them in the same sequence rather than flipping around. Yeah, like I said, this is always a risk when you go out early. Yes, you get the chance to max out your confidence into peak very quickly by setting the top times, but you also run the risk of hitting traffic, and we just got very unlucky with where we caught Tsunoda and Magnussen, unfortunately. Or was it Zhou? I don't really think it matters, does it? No, it was Zhou. In fact, that's actually worked out quite nicely because Tsunoda is going to get held up now. Zhou hasn't had pace this event. We'll even try the overtake on the run to the Parabolica. This is compromising both of them, so this is good. Yeah, look at that. We're over a second off Russell, second and a half off Russell. Second and a half off our pace, really. I think that's how much we could have had. We would have been faster than George had we not been held up. I'm going to wait until the very end of the session now before we go out again, just to try and minimise our chances of getting caught in traffic again. All right, now looks like a good time to go.
Again, let's concentrate on those tyres and brakes.
Copy. So caution, Gasly immediately behind. Focus on preparing for the start of the lap.
Copy.
Oh, god damn it. Got a Ferrari coming out. And Giovinazzi. You watch, we'll catch him in the exact same spot and have the exact same result again.
And then let's push next lap.
So nobody ahead of you. Good to go.
I really hope we catch him before we hit Ascari. I don't like this. I don't like this. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be okay. Whew. Now we've got to catch them before they hit the parabolica. It's all about this final sector. We're good. Mick's even going to get a little toe through the parabolica off the back of Giovinazzi here. Oh man, Mick's only in 10th. Oh shit, Mick's in trouble.
Procedures, please.
Mick is in trouble. Because look who is in 11th place. Damn. Schumacher's going to get knocked out. Well, hopefully Mick will catch us in an awkward spot. Then we get to hold him up. Come on, hit traffic, please, hit traffic. Perez has improved, but only just above Verstappen. So Perez is not going to challenge us. That's something. Max is not getting held up. I don't like this.
Entry.
Shit. Ah, he knocked out Mick. Damn it.
We'll be stopping in front of the garage.
We had a real chance for a front row. That first run killed us. I should have played it safe and put extra fuel in the car. Oh, damn it. Should have gone for 2 laps on the final run. Max is not looking quick here, though. Where's Charles Leclerc? Leclerc's in second. Trouble is now we can't give Oscar a good slipstream unless we can get him out behind someone else. That makes things a bit trickier. Let's get him out early. Instead of time.
Right.
his confidence maxed out. Or at least into peak.
Good warm up on brakes.
Copy.
It's not all doom and gloom with Mick. We know we've got pace. If we've got a good period of dry running, our superior straight line speed and DRS will enable us to make some good overtakes into turn one. And hopefully into Ascari as well. Maybe even into the Parabolica. So we've got, maybe even here through Curva Grande as well. Well, maybe not. Certainly going to struggle a little bit through the Lesmos that we're in right now, but yeah, we've got a few good overtaking opportunities. We'll see what the rain does. It starts wet, that could be a problem. That could be a huge problem for Mick.
Gap ahead is good. Let's go.
Move out of the way, move out of the way. Shit, we're gonna get held up here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, so I want 20.6. That's the baseline that we've thrown out there.
Cool the car on the way in. Copy.
Leclerc is the one we have to watch for. He is going to be our biggest challenge in this race. And he is in a position to get a slipstream off the back of Max here. So expect to see Max getting a decent time and Leclerc setting purples everywhere. Oh, he's going to get a monster slipstream from Ascari to Parabolica here. He's going to obliterate our time. He's going to probably be unbeatable for pole position now. Unless we can somehow get out behind him. That's a mighty fast time. So we are basically going to sit and wait for Leclerc to go out and then try and get out right behind him. Oh, Norris has gone top. Wow. Norris looking insanely quick. All right, well, we can get out behind either Norris or Leclerc. We're in good shape. That's Max. I don't want to get out behind Max. We've got more pace than Max. A lot more pace. Here we go. This is who we want to get out behind. Sneaky slipstream engaged. I hope. We're not quite as close as I would like to be, but hopefully we're close enough.
Focus on your front tyres and brakes. Copy.
Still just about got peak confidence. That's good. That's the benefit of peak confidence. We do look close enough, that's the important thing. We will struggle through the corners, but we will be mighty fast on the straights. We've got the quickest car at top speed, and we've got the best DRS on the grid. Distinctly average downforce. We've basically got a bit of a rocket ship. Very, very quick in a straight line. Not so good anywhere else.
So we should be good on traffic. So you're good to push.
Alright, purple in the first. This is where we're going to lose a little bit of ground through the Lesmos here. As long as we're close enough to get a good run on down to Ascari, we'll be absolutely fine. Not quite close enough through there. Should get a little bit of a slipstream here up to the parabolica and through to the line. Is this going to be enough? Please be enough. Please be enough. Please be enough. It is! By 0.005 of a second. Oh man, now we're just going to watch out for Norris, because Norris is also very quick. And we can't discount Yuki here, potentially. He's got a slipstream all the way through behind Ocon here. See how much he's closing him down on the straight there. He might have hit the point where he can't improve enough now because he can't get close. Hopefully they're going to start scrapping with each other here. This could be a mighty time from Sonoda. It is. It's enough. He got a big enough slipstream. And he's literally, you know, right on the gearbox there. Ah, damn it. Well, can we hold on to the front row? It's all down to Norris now. If Norris can find 0.02 of a second, then he will lock out the front row for McLaren here. He's running in clean air, but he's got no slipstream. And he can't improve. So we will start on the front row. It's not ideal, but it means we've got a real chance to jump Tsunoda off the line into the chicane. It's just a shame Mick isn't up here with us. We could have had both of our cars on the front row if we'd been able to run a coordinated slipstream qualifying. Missed opportunity. So there we go. Yuki on pole from Oscar. Then Leclerc, Norris, Gasly, Ocon, Max down in 7th. Stroll 8th, Bottas in 9th, and Giovinazzi in 10th.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Monza has seen some incredible moments in the past. Pierre Gasly's unexpected 2020 victory reminded us of how wonderfully unpredictable this sport can be. And the weather today is sunny. These are ideal conditions for the drivers to shine.
Well, this is going to be one thrilling Italian Grand Prix, and we're nearly ready to kick things off.
So we have the threat of rain. Well, I say threat. There is going to be rain. It's just a question of how much rain and when it's going to fall. Let's take a look at strategies and get an idea of when and how much rain we can encounter. It is going to start dry and then go to inters. It's going to be gradual. I think maybe starting on the mediums might be the smarter shout here. Looking maybe about lap 30 for the switch. I think we'll go hard tyres with Mick, so he's got more room to push the tyres to be a bit more aggressive to come through the field. With Oscar, we're going to go mediums. And then just protect his tyres a little bit, I think. I'm going to throw in 2 extra laps of fuel. I'm going to go very hard off the line. Let me see. This is probably a silly idea, but what if we went soft inters? Yeah, it's slower. I thought it would be. All right. So there we go. That's our strategist. Parts will make it through. Let's send them to the grid for the Italian Grand Prix.
All 10 teams are now getting set up as the drivers prepare to face the 53 laps of the Italian Grand Prix. Time for Oscar Piastri to show what he can do.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
So let's see what today has in store, shall we? Here we are at the oldest
So Norris, not Norris, sorry, Yuki is starting on the hard tyres, as is Norris. Both McLarens on the hards. Max is on the mediums.
Can't do it. Copy.
Not Max, sorry, Leclerc. And Leclerc is trying to jump us. We've got the inside line through Curva Grande. If we can stay alongside, then we'll have the inside through the Lesmos as well. Mick's down 2 places. Not a surprise. Mick's on soft. What is Mick doing on softs? You saw me choose his strategy. All right. We are we are restarting this race because I put him on the hard tyres, and he's starting on softs. Very, very odd. Everything else is going to be exactly the same. 2 extra laps of fuel. Aggressive off the line. But we want them on the strategies we actually picked.
All 10 teams are now getting set up as the drivers prepare to face the 53 laps of the Italian Grand Prix. You and I won't be the only ones keeping an eye on Oscar Piastri, Karun. Here we go. It's the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And
there we go. He's on the right strategy now. He's on also worn top. What is going on? Why are we on worn hards? Oh, God, this is just bizarre. Once again, we're getting jumped by Leclerc. Oh, I know why. It's ATA weekend. But we only got 2 sets of hard tyres in total. We used 1 in quali and 1 in practice. Bugger. Oh, well. We'll have to make the best of a bad situation as far as mixed already worn tyres go, but all right, we couldn't win the drag race because Leclerc had the slipstream, so instead we are going to immediately drop the tyres down to start looking after them. Leclerc's going to make a lunge into Parabolica, I think.
Copy.
Mick's in 11th behind Giovinazzi.
Charge at the back. Copy. Just think about looking after this tyre where we need to.
Copy.
Okay, so let's cool the car now.
Copy.
And there we go. Mick is up to 10th. And immediately on the offensive. Trying to put the moves on Valtteri.
Pull the car.
DRS enabled.
Again, go for a late braking move. And that's Valtteri. And Piastri under pressure, but we've got a full battery to play about with now. We have dropped off the back of the front two. Spent so much time looking at Mick, I completely forgot to look at Oscar.
Use everything.
Copy.
No DRS. We can push a bit more.
Copy.
Just get back on it. And we need some big PU cooling.
We'll retake Norris here and get the slipstream as well. And the DRS.
So use the free air.
Yep.
He's doing this thing where he doesn't overtake properly. I hate it when he does this. Alright, this time. On the run to Ascari.
Pull out.
There we go.
Some air off
That's
straight.
how potent our DRS and straight line speed is. We're out of battery now.
No more energy.
Copy.
Tyre conditions good. We can push a bit more.
Copy. Okay, recharge on.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Yep.
I am annoyed about mixed tyres. I'm not catching on to that. I'm also annoyed I let myself drift off the front two. I'm going to have to push Oscar's tyres to get him back up there. Let's have a look at the weather. Still not sure whether it's going to be changing over at lap 30 or maybe even later. The longer it goes, the worse it gets for us. Maybe I should have put Oscar on hard tyres as well. But then he'd have been in the same position tyre-wise as Mick, so not horrible to be on the mediums right now.
Please recharge on.
Evening, Army.
Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre.
We're doing okay. Could be better. Made a schoolboy error with Schumacher's tyres, which is why they are already starting a bit worn. That's why I'm trying to save a bit of tyre life at the moment. Trying to push Oscar because I made another schoolboy error and let him drop off the back of Leclerc and Tsunoda.
Energy is available. Copy. Let's go and get him.
I'm hopeful I can catch them. But, well, yeah, we got a bit unlucky in qualifying. Mick didn't get a good first run in Q2 and wasn't able to improve enough in his second run to make it through. Got knocked out in the end. But we have got genuine pace here. The win is definitely a possibility, weather notwithstanding. And we've certainly got the pace for the podium. Because our car is an absolute rocket ship in a straight line.
Need to focus on getting the pack up. Copy. Focus on
And there we go. We're back on the front two. We might just have dropped Norris as well, if we're lucky. I think we did. We did. Excellent stuff. Right. How is Mick doing? He is all over the back of these two. No yellow flag. That's an Alpine off at Ascari. Lock up for
Let's
Albon.
see what happened there. Now Alex Albon is part of this. Oh, all right so far. The wheels just lock up there. Now they did leave it.
Big mistake. And on hard tyres and now damaged hard tyres, he's probably going to stay last for a while now. All right, up to 8th for Mick.
Overtake is available.
Okay, recharge.
And peak confidence. Max is a long way off. He's 5 seconds off the back. Gasly's got past Norris.
Bring the pack up.
Yep.
Take a look at tyre life. Pretty good shape. Leclerc's pushed his tyres a bit hard. Early doors. We've got better tyres than him. Not far off the grip level of Tsunoda in terms of wear rate anyway. Norris obviously has got much better tyres, but that's just Norris. Mick has moved through. Let's get him to use his battery now and try and pull away a little bit. But the win is still very much on. Ocon is at risk of getting dropped by the front group. If that happens, hopefully he will start falling back into the clutches of Mick.
You've got energy?
Yep.
Copy.
I want to see if I can maybe break away from Gasly here. Create another gap.
Copy.
Also maybe move ourselves up into second, so we're scrapping for the win. Or scrapping for first rather than scrapping for third and fourth. All right, there we go. We've got the break. Norris has got through.
Copy.
And we're up into second.
PRS disabled. PRS disabled.
Let's take a closer look. Now this was on the straight. The opportunity's there. And that's second place now.
No more PRS.
I don't want the lead. I want to stay in second. So I can keep looking after the tyres and charge up the battery in the slipstream and the DRS. We have got a little breakaway group. Hopefully Norris and Gasly will scrap but lose time rather than leapfrogging each other. Don't think that's going to happen though. Ocon is still stubbornly hanging on to the back of them as well. Should see Mick in just a second. Maybe not quite. I think Leclerc's trying to break away from us.
We can push more.
Copy.
You can use energy.
Copy.
Wasn't quick enough to get the DRS switched on before the exit from the first chicane, but we'll get it here. Now Gasly is at threat of dropping off the back of Norris. Yeah, Leclerc's on a push because we are barely keeping up with him. on deployment here. Yeah, not going to happen, Tsunoda. Told you.
Keep your pace up.
So Ocon and Gasly are swapped places. I need them to start slowing each other up. And I need them to stay away from Norris as well, because Norris will definitely drag them further forward.
Wow.
That, again, is not a problem.
Let's keep with him. Overtaking is about.
As long as Bottas doesn't jump us as well, this will give us the chance to get the battery recharged, to try and springboard past Max and go after Ocon and Gasly.
After these tyres.
We are back where we need to be against Leclerc.
Copy.
Sitting comfortably right behind him. Ah, damn it. Yuki had the braking distance on us. Alright, so we'll sit in third then. That's probably the best way for us to get charged, where we're not constantly fighting. As long as we don't lose touch with the front two, this is fine. Keeping those tyres in good condition is vital right now. Norris has rejoined the hunt. So we're going to have a four-way fight for the lead now.
We need lift and coast.
Yeah. Lift and coast required.
Copy.
And Ocon and Gasly have dropped back. Max has closed the gap by a little bit. And we're right behind Max.
We need to focus on the energy now. Copy.
Oh, under pressure from Valtteri. Shut that shit down quick. So yeah, we took another couple of tenths out of Ocon and Gasly on that last lap. Tsunoda making a break for it now, trying to break away from Leclerc. Looks like Norris is making a break as well. Let's turn the tyres back up a touch.
So you're good to push on tyres.
Deploy through Ascari.
Energy if you need it.
Yep.
Try and get back in range for Parabolica. I think we just missed the DRS. That's a shame. Mick lost the bit of ground there as well. That was careless. Wasn't paying attention to the timings. We're not letting Norris through. Not if we can help it. To burn all my battery to get back in range again.
Sweet. Looking good.
Damn it, I'm going to get caught by Norris here. Still not sure what's going on with the weather. Do I take a gamble? With Mick? I don't know. Well, I've kind of put myself in trouble here by dropping off, so we're going to have to let Norris go through and then charge it behind him. Got Mick back in range of Max.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Copy.
Oh, got a yellow flag.
Couple of cars off there.
It's a crash behind us somewhere.
Nice and steady through that, please.
Joe and... is that Giovinazzi? No, I don't think so. I think that is... who's Giovinazzi's teammate? For sure. I think that's for sure. Oh no, it was Giovinazzi. Alright, well let's have a look. Is there damage to Giovinazzi's car? There looks like there's definite wing damage to Joe. Looks like a little bit of front wing damage on the left end plate for Giovinazzi. Joe missing his right end plate entirely, so that's going to hurt the pair of them.
Now we can see what happened. Right, let's have a look here.
Norris has made the move that I needed him to make on the start-finish straight. Racing incident, no penalties.
More rain expected any time from now.
All right, here comes the wet weather warning. It's not going to be wet enough for a change of tyres for quite some time yet.
We think we can lean on the tyres more.
Don't lose ground, don't lose ground, come on. Stay close enough.
Use energy.
Copy.
Just stayed in range.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Back off now.
Copy. Overtaking is available. Copy.
God damn, Valtteri nicked the place off me.
Right, head down.
Let's go. Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Copy.
Okay, so let's cool the car now.
Copy.
Damn it, dropped off again.
You're good to push on the tyres. Cover.
Norris has been pushing himself back onto the front too, that's why.
Yeah, cover. No lift and coast required from our side at the moment. Pull the car.
We're going to potentially get boxed in here.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Yeah, copy.
Site ready.
Okay, copy that.
I think we might be looking around lap 32, 33 now for Inter's baby.
Let's go recharge on, please. More lift and coast, please, in each zone.
Oscar has dropped off that front battle again. I'm just going to hope that they slow each other down and I can close up naturally.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Yeah, Oscar has taken about half a second out the front three.
Let's see if we can get past them.
Do your best.
Copy.
Stroll has just moved past Max. Although Max has got the slipstream and the potent car.
Need a recharge off.
We're going to have a sprint lap here, try and get past Valtteri on the main straight and then break away from him.
Needed.
This will max out our confidence with Mick as well. There we go, we're through.
No saving required.
Copy.
Leclerc's tyres are definitely struggling a bit. The McLarens on their hard tyres are in much better shape now. Which is why it's important for us to try and get on the back of them again as quick as we can, while we've still got some rubber. But I don't want to destroy what's left of Oscar's tyres, just trying to get him there, because then he won't be able to stay there.
Disabled. ERS disabled.
We couldn't do enough to break away,
Recharge on. Recharge
so we'll
on.
just settle in at this pace now. But we are in 7th place, and that's a good improvement for Mick. Hopefully we can jump someone in the pits. Maybe we can time our pit stops about right.
Use energy.
Copy.
I think I might be able to use my battery now to get onto the back of Leclerc before he gets dropped and rejoin that train. Just use the tyres a little bit here through the Lesmos.
Copy.
Did we do enough? I think we might have done. Yes, we did. Excellent. Can't risk that anymore.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
There we go. We're back in contention, and if Leclerc gets dropped, then we can leapfrog our way past him onto the back of the two McLarens. Still in the hunt. It's all a question now of when we're going to make the switch. 12 minutes. That is around about 8-9 laps, I think. Can I get 8 or 9 more laps out of these mediums? Oh, damn, Valtteri got us again.
Wow. Wow.
All right, we'll take the opportunity to charge.
Good place.
Let's do the same with Oscar.
Okay, let's go recharge on.
In fact, actually, let's go for it with Oscar, because Leclerc has just dropped out of range.
Use energy.
Copy.
Focus forward. No more energy.
Yep.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Yep. Copy.
Got to get on the back of these two.
Use energy.
Copy.
Pushing the tyres way harder than I'd like, but for the first part of this next lap, I have to. Slightly compromised through the chicane because of Leclerc. This is where I'm hoping we can close the gap a bit through Curva Grande and then through the chicane into the Lesmos. Not close enough. Not this lap. Up to 0.42 mil. Can't push the tyres like that anymore.
Back off now.
Have to slow that down.
Copy.
Oh man, Mick's getting picked off.
Copy.
Come on. Copy.
We are closing in on Ocon and Gasly. And the damage is done with Oscar. Pushed his tyres too hard.
Okay, so let's look after these tyres.
Now it's about timing our stop right. I've only got a couple more laps in these tyres. We'll give up the position to Charles and charge up behind him. So we've at least got something to fight with when we come out of the pits. Let's do the same with Mick. Try and charge up behind Stroll. Just got to watch out we don't get jumped by Valtteri again. Up to 0.57 mil. It's not enough yet.
Okay, recharge on. Let's go recharge on.
Sainz is the first one to jump. Ah, it's a bad stop. It's a bad stop for Sainz. Sticky wheel nut. It's going to be a four-way fight for the win. There's no question of that.
Recharge on.
Those are the four cars that will be fighting.
Keep looking after these tyres.
Copy.
Who's going to be the next to jump? I don't want to give up DRS too soon. That's the thing. Pourchaire's in. And Maloney, both of the Haas cars are going to stack. It wasn't a great stop for Pourchaire, and it was not a good stop for Maloney either. Giovinazzi's in, changing his front wing from that collision with Zhou.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
I want to get past Leclerc before
And energy is available.
we box. I'm going to box Oscar on the next lap.
Push.
I'm going to stay out this lap.
Yep.
Next lap I'm boxing. Right, we got through. Excellent stuff. I want that confidence boost. Leclerc, Ocon and Gasly are all in. We're going to go one more lap with both our cars. We did have... Oh, that's... No, wait. Why didn't we have the right tyres on Mick then? Could have been more aggressive.
So Gasly boxed.
Box, end of this lap.
Copy. Box.
Box, box for Inter. Box, box.
Box.
Box, box for New Inter.
Let's go recharge on, please.
Yeah, this is the perfect point to box. About to hit 0.8 mil.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Norris is in. Yuki's going another lap.
Copy.
There's Oscar.
Pit lane.
Fox slippy, caution.
Copy.
It's a good stop, and he got held for us. Excellent. That slowed him down just a touch. Stroll got back in front of Mick, I think. Yes, he did. Damn it.
Watch the pit exit line.
2.1 second stop. That's a good stop. Need the same here. Very good, but we got held. We got held for the Red Bull as well. We got back out in front of Bottas, but we lost position to Verstappen. That's frustrating. That's Ocon and Gasly going through.
Overtake is available.
Oscar fighting with Leclerc again.
Use energy.
Copy. Let's keep that gap down.
Still got some DRS. It hasn't been turned off yet.
No energy.
Copy.
Still something to get. Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
No more DRS. Back off now.
Copy.
No, don't tuck back in. There we go, we followed through.
And recharge on, recharge on. Copy.
Nice, tucked in beautifully there. So, back in front of Stroll. We've been dropped by Leclerc. And that's the end of the DRS. So now it's down to raw speed.
Lift and coast where you can.
We'll be good on the straights, but we'll be weak in the corners. I honestly don't know if this is going to hurt or help us, this weather. I mean, we have that straight line speed, but we've also now lost our potent DRS, which was a mighty powerful weapon at our disposal. Oscar's a little off the pace at the moment, but it's okay. We're still in the hunt. We've still got a long way to go yet, so I'm not overly concerned yet. Mick's in a decent position. Tucked in behind Max at the moment, but also we've caught Ocon and Gasly, so we've got a real chance to get Mick up to 5th without that much effort involved. Just trying to save a little bit of battery where we can when we can get a nice tow. It's going to be harder to charge the cars up now without DRS.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
So we have got that to take into consideration. McLarens are very quick right now. I think they might be off for the win. I think unless we can pull something special out, we might be scrapping with Leclerc for third, which I did not expect.
Do we bringing them down slightly if we can?
Don't want to push the tyres too hard while the track is still a little dry. So I don't want to get Mick through past Max into some clean air, so we're not overheating his tyres in the dirty air of Verstappen.
Pull the car.
We've also got more pace than Max like this at the moment as well. So I want to utilise that pace. There we go. We're going to keep pushing. We've missed out the opportunity to get the fastest lap. It's going to stay wet for the rest of the race now. Get Oscar back onto Charles. And that's Mick in range.
Copy.
Let's just calm the tyres down again now.
To recharge on, please.
We're in slipstream range of Ocon and Gasly. And I will consider 5th place for Mick a very successful afternoon, considering where he started.
Okay, good job. No more lift and coast required.
We are going to get some more DRS again very soon. As you see, 7 minutes or so. Like to get our cars back into DRS range. We are there with Mick. Like to try and get Piastri back there if possible. Leclerc is also pushing at the moment, trying to close back up on the McLarens.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Mick's confidence is very high. Oscar's, unfortunately, still at base rate. And you see just 0.02 of a second quicker than Leclerc on that last lap, despite pushing for most of it. He's stepping his pace up as well. We're dropping behind again now because we're out of battery. Ocon is vulnerable.
Recharge on.
Just cool those tyres down.
Let's
look after these tyres. Back off now.
Copy.
Lift and coast 12.
Yeah, copy.
Okay, we need some more lift and coast, please. A bit more in each zone.
Recharge on. Alright, buddy, push, push. Okay, mate, and let's cool the car.
Couldn't quite throw it up the inside. Ugh. Can we get him through Curva Grande? Yes, we can. Comfortably. Beautiful stuff.
Okay, recharge on.
All right, Gasly up next. I'm going to have a full charge lap, I think, with Oscar. Just try and get some more battery in his car. Got a big gap to Gasly. We are struggling a little bit in these little kind of conditions. It's not quite wet enough, really. But it's too wet for slicks. Got a yellow flag. Who has made a mistake? Albon having a disastrous weekend.
Let's have a look then at turn 6.
It's back up in 17th.
That won't help their chances.
And he's back in the
Fighting with
gravel.
the car just a little, perhaps.
Yeah, without our DRS, it's a little bit more painful. I'm starting to think we're not going to have the pace for the win here. I think we're going to struggle to get back to Leclerc. With the track getting wetter, downforce becomes more important, and that's where we're lacking, unfortunately. And we can't really do anything about it this year either. We're out of money. We've got enough to do a couple more research projects, and that's about it. We could design a new part, but then we wouldn't really have the funds to actually build it in any significant quantity. So I think it's just not worth trying to develop the car further this year, and just focus on making sure next year's car is as good as it can be. Two McLarens are still fighting with each other. Left that a bit late.
Okay, so let's cool the car now.
15 laps to go. We're on target for a really strong finish with Mick. 4th and 5th, that's where we finished in Zandvoort. Hoping we'd be on for at least a podium, if not the win tonight. But that seems to be slipping away from us.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
And we're not going to get DRS, mate. Well, we might just, but if we do, it won't last us very long. Now that we've charged up Oscar, let's get him flying. Track is drying up. We're going to get DRS any moment. This is going to potentially stretch the lead of the McLarens over Leclerc here.
Recharge on.
We should get a nice comfortable overtake with Mick now.
Recharge on, good job, recharge on.
Oh wow, Gasly's fighting back. He does not want to give up that place. Okay, we'll try again on the run to Ascari. We've got a few minutes of DRS, so we'll take advantage of that and charge up as quick best we can. I have taken a bit of time out of Charles Leclerc on this lap.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
No energy.
Yep, copy.
Oh, there you see, we took 1.4 seconds out of him on that lap, but we're out of battery again, so we won't be closing that quickly on this lap, that's for sure.
Overtake is available.
Couldn't get the move done under braking,
Recharge on.
so we'll stay tucked up. Took another half a second out of Charles Leclerc. We're absolutely hammering our tyres to do it. But if I can get in front of him before the DRS turns off, that might secure the podium. Because we're going to be very hard to overtake in a straight line. Schumacher just going for it. Not going to get the launch out the corner without the battery. We're going to go for it now. Track's drying up again. Oh, we're still in driving clear air. Didn't even realise that was still switched on. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. The track's about to lose the DRS again. Come on, let's get close. Let's get close enough. Please, 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 please.
Use energy.
Copy.
Not quite this lap. Can we get round to the start-finish straight before the DRS gets switched off? We're in range. I think we're going to lose it just as we get there.
Yep.
That's 1 mil. It's not gone blue yet. When it goes blue, we lose it. It's about to happen. Ah, I knew it. See, just as we get to the DRS zone, we lose it. Right, let's calm those tyres down because we've taken a lot out of them on this lap.
Lift it goes 12. Copy.
And Mick has kept himself away from Gasly.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
And now Gasly will not have the DRS to come back at us. So we're back in contention for third. We're still only 2 seconds away from the front two, so technically the win is still on. But it's going to be hard work now. It's going to be very hard work. Just going to make sure we do not get dropped by Leclerc again.
Push on the tyres.
Yeah.
Mick is now pulling away from Gasly. Leclerc is pulling away from us. Going to have to push the tyres again.
Push a bit more.
Yeah. Just focus on those temps.
Oh, Leclerc is pushing. Look at that. He's now inside the 1 second of Tsunoda. That's why Leclerc's bolted away from us. Got to try and go with him if we can. Try and stretch our legs. We've got room to push these tyres now with just 10 laps to go. Oscars are in slightly worse shape than I would like. They need 1% less than Mick's, but the temperature is a lot higher, which means they're going to start degrading a lot faster. Here we go, we're back in slipstream range.
They're at the peak now.
Copy.
I want to check something, just for my own sanity. We did have brand new hards. Ah, it's so annoying. We could have been more aggressive with Mick and had him in a higher position before the pit stops if we'd had the right tyres. Don't know why it didn't default to the freshest tyres. It should have done. And there we go. We're back into a four-way fight for the lead. I need to try and recoup some battery soon.
You're good to push on tyres.
Copy.
See if we can stay close enough by going a bit more aggressive with the tyres while we charge. I wish Oscar's confidence was a little bit higher. He'd be so much faster.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
They'll come to us.
And I think unless a mistake happens, Mick is now pretty comfortable against Gasly. Going to leave his tyres like that for the rest of this race. Got some traffic coming up now. Could that play a part? It's Joe Benazzi's not too far ahead of him. Yuki moves back into the lead. Now Norris retakes it. Those two scrapping without DRS is good because they'll be slower through the corners. Potentially.
No saving required.
We need to be a little bit closer if we're going to get the full slipstream effect.
So take it easy. Copy.
No more lift and coast required.
There we go. Starting to get back under a second. At this point, I will settle for third. I'll be disappointed if we finish in fourth.
Big lift off. Yep.
To do that, we're going to have to just go really, really aggressive on tyres with Oscar. They're going to burn up very fast. We are losing grip against the front runners now, but can't use the battery until we're in a definite chance to overtake. Norris is breaking away from Sonoda. And Leclerc is making a move. We are coming up to the back of Zhou. Norris is going to get a slipstream on the main straight. And Leclerc's through to second. We are running out of time. 5 laps to go. Don't get in the way, don't get in the way. He's got in the way. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. That compromised us.
Okay, we need lift and coast, please.
Got a 5-second lead now. We can keep Mick nice and calm.
Copy.
Right. I don't think we're going to catch Giovinazzi before the end of the Grand Prix. Leclerc is still pushing, trying to catch up to Norris.
Energy is available. Copy. We can just focus on charging the pack. Copy. Maybe just take it easy on the straight. Yeah.
Oh, this is tense. This is nerve-wracking.
when you are free to use the energy when you want.
Okay.
Alright, we've got the run on Yuki. Now we need to get the move done into the Parabolica.
We need some PU cooling.
Ah, not quite. As long as we get him into the chicane.
Take some free air.
Yep.
Come on, outbrake him, outbrake him, outbrake him. Yes, there we go. Third place.
Focus on bringing
Now, can we inject ourselves into that fight between Norris and Leclerc?
Let's have a look at that. Now this was at turn 3. The opportunity begging to be taken.
And took it we did.
And Oscar Piastri climbs higher.
bring the pack up.
Copy.
Got so little battery left.
Do some left of coast.
Copy.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Copy.
Two laps to go.
Absolutely pushing these tyres for all they're worth.
Use energy now.
Yep.
Okay, so temps, everything all under control.
Copy.
No lift and coast required.
Copy.
Overtaking is available.
Copy. Lift and coast.
Copy, box.
No more overtake.
Just got to go for it and hope.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
This will be the last lap.
We might still have Giovinazzi in play. Could use all of our battery here at the beginning of the lap and hope we can get into a position that we can at least get past one of these two.
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool.
Copy.
I don't think we're going to have enough left.
Save fuel.
Okay.
Without the battery out to the Scari, we're not going to get the move done, I don't think. Not unless they get held up by Giovinazzi, which is possible. No, we're going to have to settle for third, but third is still a podium. I'm still very happy with that.
Okay, recharge on.
Couldn't quite get the win in the end. We just lost ground at the wrong time. And there we go, we're out of fuel.
Norris wins it. He's first over the line.
But that's back-to-back wins for Lando Norris.
And Lando Norris picks up the win.
We are going to lose to second place to McLaren. They got some mighty points today. But they won't outscore us by too much.
Second of that race where they didn't believe they'd win it.
And there's Mick coming home in fifth. Not bad for starting in, what, 12th, 10th, 11th? Solid afternoon's work for him. 5.5 seconds clear from Gasly. Max all the way down in 8th. That means Leclerc may be just behind Max now in the standings by just a few points.
Now, wasn't it an excellent showing from Oscar Piastri?
That was an excellent performance. They set out with a great strategy and it paid off with an impressive podium finish.
Things could have been so different if we'd had both cars starting high up the grid. Because we could have used them to charge each other up, slingshot past each other to keep in DRS trains.
A 5th podium of the season for them with a beautiful trophy too.
But yeah, 5 podiums for Oscar this year.
And that right there,
big step forward from last year.
Perfect end to this weekend in Monza.
Still can't get that second win of a season though. I think this was our last best chance. Well, there's still Vegas. Who knows? But given that that's right at the end of the season and car development for the others isn't going to stop, I think that was probably our best last chance to get a win.
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And with that, our time in Italy is done for another year.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
We've got a couple of races that will suit our car in its current condition better than others that are still to come. That being Vegas and Mexico. But the rest of the circuits, well, maybe Abu Dhabi as well. But Brazil, Losail, Suzuka, Kota, and the next race, Singapore, those are all going to be pretty painful for us. So let's bask in the glory of getting a podium while we still can, because we might not get another one this year now. Let's see, confirmation of the final results. It is a win, second win in a row for Lando Norris, his 3rd of the season now. Leclerc takes 2nd, Oscar gets a podium, his 5th podium of the season. Tsunoda down into 4th place, did get the fastest lap. So that's an extra bonus point there. Schumacher gained 6 places from 11th to finish in 5th. Solid work from Mick. Just a shame that we didn't have the right hard tyres on at the start, or that could maybe have been a little bit closer to getting back towards those guys. Who knows? Maybe not, but we would have been much more comfortable in getting into 5th. Gasly in 6th place, some good points for Aston, ahead of his teammate Stroll, who got ahead of Max. So, yeah, decent afternoon for Aston Martin tonight. Alpine getting some more points with Ocon. Just the 2, though. It kind of fell apart for him a little bit in the race. Bottas did hang on for the final points with his McLaren. With his Mercedes. Ferrari, no points at their home Grand Prix. Russell did gain 3 places in the race, but was 8.5 seconds off the back of the points. Where was Perez? Perez was down in 14th place. A disastrous weekend again for Ferrari. They're starting to struggle quite badly. Magnussen in 15th. Good run for Porsche and Vasseur. Both of them up 5 places. partly helped by the chaos behind them. That chaos being a collision between Giovinazzi and Albon. And Giovinazzi and Zhou. Sainz also having a bit of an issue. I think he clashed with Maloney, which has dropped him out of contention. And Albon just had a bit of a shocker today, but hasn't been convincing since he switched to Alpine. So, yeah, we'll see what happens for him for the rest of the year. Let's take a look at the driver's standings. So Charles Leclerc does actually move ahead of Max. I didn't think he was close enough to do that, but he is. And he moves 6 points clear as well. So much closer between the two of them than I thought they were going into this Grand Prix. Lando stays in third, but stretches away from us with that win. Oscar stays fourth, another 15 points. Mick stays fifth, 5 points clear of Yuki, who did shrink the gap by 3. Ocon is seventh, with just those 2 points. Stroll in 8th place on 72. Gasly jumps above George Russell now by a point, thanks to his good finish tonight. Russell dropped down to 10th, no points for him. Or Perez. Ferrari in real trouble right now. We'll see how they can do in the last remaining parts of the season, but they need to pull their finger out if they're going to recover anything of their season. Max in 12th, Zhou 13th, then it's Porsche, Albon 9th, Bottas getting another point, Vasseur, Giovinazzi, and then Maloney. Just 2 drivers yet to score. Let's take a look at the constructors. Red Bull with 22 points on 548. They are closed down by McLaren, who leapfrog us into second place as expected. 10 points clear of us now, but that's not too bad. We're still kind of in the hunt. And I think even though Red Bull's form has dipped a little bit, Max's in particular, I think they still won the Constructors' Championship. I mean, they're 235 points clear with not enough races left, I think, for McLaren to mount a serious challenge. Aston Martin do move above Alpine, but we are a long way clear right now. We are, let's see if I can work this out. We are 166 points clear of Aston Martin. That's very nice. So, I mean, if we finish third and we lose the fight to McLaren, which I think we're going to, then that'll be a little disappointing, but it's 2 places higher than our target. Our target is 5th, which is where Alpine are right now, and we are a long way clear of them. We're 177 points clear of Alpine. So we're looking pretty secure for third as long as we can keep our form going, which is going to get tougher as the season progresses. Our development has stopped. I do not think it's the same for the other teams. Ferrari in 6th place, no points for them. They're now 24 behind Alpine. Williams in 67, Haas on 20. Mercedes now on 20, but have not had a finish high enough to displace Haas. And Alfa Romeo in 10th, but do have points. In the pit stop challenge, we had the quickest 2 stops by quite a way in the end. 2.1 second stops, just 0.003 of a second difference between the two. Red Bull's quickest stop tonight was a 2.3, and 6th place for Max. So we will re-establish our gap a bit. It was starting to come down. We will stretch that back up again. Let's see what the standings look like. 492 points for us. We outscore Red Bull by 20 tonight. So we stretch the gap up to 77 points. That's nice. Ferrari in 3rd, just the 2 points for them. Mercedes gets some good points again in the pit stop competition for 4th place. 148 points now. McLaren do close them down by 4. They have not scored well for a while, so it's good to see them getting some points again. Alpine hit triple digits, but are losing a little bit of ground to McLaren. And it's a point for Williams. Williams finally get off the blocks with a single solitary point. That was for Zhou's 2.6 second stop. Let's take a look at our driver report cards for today. 12 successful overtakes, 12 failed for Mick. Good in defense though, 13 and 6. Let's have a look at Oscar. Oscar had 3 and 6 in the overtakes, 10 and 5 in defense. Never really managed to get his confidence sky high for long enough to actually make, good advantage of that. I should have started him on the hard tyres. I think that probably would have given him a much better chance of going for the win, because we really kind of struggled as the medium tyres fell away at the end of that first stint. If we'd been on hards, we could have been faster. We could have been right up there around the pit times, or maybe even ahead of Norris and Tsunoda. So, yeah, we'll take that into consideration for the next time we find ourselves in that kind of position. Let's see. Bit of extra experience for Ollie as well. His development's coming on very nicely this year. And with the sponsors, well, bad news. We did fail all of our qualifying guarantees. We didn't get both cars into Q3, we didn't get 2 in the top 10, and we failed the quali streak. That's a shame. So we lost a big chunk of cash. We actually lost more, lost so much that we failed to actually bring in our sponsor base rate. We lost a couple of $100,000 going into this race, but we made good money last time, so I can't really complain about that too much. We got good points. That's the important thing. And the helipad refurb is done, so full sponsor payouts from next race onwards. Josh's rating goes up to a 90 overall. We'll have a look at his stats in a second. He maxed out his important stats, his composure, a while ago, so he is gaining here, which is nice. Still don't know whether or not to try and re-sign Ben. I think I am going to try and re-sign him, just because of his relationship with Oscar. I don't want to have to start Oscar from scratch again, confidence-wise, next year. We'll wait towards the end of the season for that. We'll throw all the money we can at Ben to convince him to re-sign. I don't want to do that now. Because that will take money away from the cost cap. Alright, both cars have failed the inspection. Rear wing has broken as expected. We've still got a couple of spares. Suspension failed as predicted. There we go, 5 spare of those. And again, as expected, failed there. So we're down to 2 spare suspensions. That's fine. We're down to 1 spare underfloor and 1 spare rear wing. Our rear wing is quite effective. It's a big drop going down one, so I do not want to run out of those. So I am going to make a spare one. Hopefully our wings will last the rest of the season now. What about the underfloor? How big of a drop is that? I mean, it's not too bad if we do have to go down one. And the underfloor is going to break there. So, yeah, we need to make a couple more underfloors. There we go. Try and stay as competitive as we can for as long as we can. All right, let's see. Mini did not get on the podium in the main race, unfortunately, in his home Grand Prix. He got 7th in the sprint and 6th in the race. So some decent points. We've got 11 days to go until the next Grand Prix. Research isn't going to trip before then. Check in with the boards. Once again, delighted with the results, as they damn well should be. We have surpassed our long-term target now. 7 podiums out of 6 needed. or 7 races with a podium finish. So that is excellent news. Board confidence still high. It's still showing long-term objective failed, even though we've now passed it. That's a bit annoying. And there you can see we are close to getting that 5 million debt off of the monthly breakdown track, and then that will clear up the finances a little bit better. I wonder, has my managerial rating gone up, or is it still just 8 points? It's still just 8 points. It's not going to go up until the end of the season, it would seem. Check in with our cost cap. How much money do we have left? Not going to be much. It's not going to be much. All right, so we've got 12.5 mil left, and on current projections, based on what we've spent so far and what, the minimum money we're going to spend for the rest of the year, we've only got about 4 million left to play about with before we hit, that cost cap. So 12.5 mil, that will give us some wiggle room to keep development going or keep research going, but we will end up probably going a couple of mil over the cost cap, I think. Just got to make sure we don't need to make any more emergency purchases, because that hurt us, losing 7.5 mil on emergency purchases, nearly 8 mil. Right. That is where we are going to call it for tonight. Another very, very good race in what has become a very, very good season for us. The trials and tribulations of the first 3 years in the rearview mirror. And we are now at a point where we are regularly in the points pretty much every race. And we are getting consistent podiums now. We've got 7 podiums from 7 races where we scored a podium from 15 races. Let's have a quick look, actually. How many podiums has Mick scored this year? I know Oscar's got 5. There's the standings. There we go, drivers. So Oscar's got 5 podiums and a race win. So that's 6 podiums, effectively, for Oscar. And 3 podiums for Mick. So that's 9 podium finishes for our teams so far this year. We've had 3 pole positions and 6 fastest laps. So, we are definitely stepping up this season. And if we can keep our research going as much as we possibly can, then that does stand us in good stead for next season as well. I want to have a quick look just before we go as well. We have made some small gains on the chassis with that one project that we did. It's not being affected by next year's research, but it's good to get a project in on it, just because we won't be making any more this year. Getting good gains on the front wing. There you can see 10% brake cooling. Very good on the high speed. Above target on the medium speed. We've now matched the low speed loss. That's good. Some excellent gains in the airflow. Rear wing still needs a bit more work. As you can see, we'll have to do a couple more rear wing projects by the look of it. I think we've got one going through right now. Side pods, we haven't done a side pod yet. Underfloor. Again, we need another couple of underfloors. We are going to lose out quite heavily here in the medium and low speed. So we definitely need more underfloors going through. We've got a second underfloor project in the works right now. And suspension. Again, we're going to need more suspension. So we need to focus on suspension, rear wing, underfloor. And those are the 3 parts that we really need to focus on with our remaining research. And it would be nice to throw a side pod in there as well, just to give a little bit of a boost to our side pods for next year. We're in pretty good shape. So, yeah, as I say, that's where we're going to call it for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. Tomorrow's is going to be a bitch. We are really going to struggle at Singapore, given that our car is very quick in a straight line and has a very good DRS. Will help us on the main straight, the big long straight at in the first sector, and then the big long straight in the middle sector. That will help us, but our downforce is going to be an issue, and downforce is definitely something that's needed at Singapore. We're going to be having some very uncomfortable races coming up. I don't think we're going to do very well here. We might struggle at Suzuka, because that's almost entirely corners. LaSalle is going to be an interesting one. We might be okay for a decent finish there. Kota is going to be tricky. Again, lots of cornering. We're going to struggle. Mexico, some long straights there. We can do some good there if our car is still fast when we get to Mexico. It's a long way to go before we get there. Brazil is going to be a nightmare for us. And then it's Vegas and Abu Dhabi. Again, long straights, long DRS zones. We could maybe do something there if our car is still quick in a straight line there. Time will tell. But I will be back with Singapore tomorrow night at the usual time of 8 p.m. here in the UK. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I'm Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.